So I'm going to make this video about the first 30 days in the Philippines, the government structure, things that I've learned, the Augustinian friars establishing a lot of the Catholicism and the evangelisms within the religious structures, my road to the central marketplace known as the Pablacion.
Ring the bell!
Yeah.
Ring the bell!
Yeah.
And I'll touch on some of the money,
Definitely
my expenses
easier for
that
the
I've
meter
spent
reader.
during this period of time. Check the water
One
meters
stop.
out. So I
Just
make
read
the
'em all.
corner, I'm walking down the road, and
So this
boom,
is the main
there they
road.
are. And they're like this in many spots along the way. I don't know how much
Village,
city
whatever
water
you
is
call it.
here, city sewage. I'm still learning about some of that
I believe
infrastructure
it's about a
stuff.
mile
I'm
or so.
very much in the province type area. I'm surrounded by
main
locals.
part.
This is a great little area, this Talisay Beach. I am sure that this spa is not a Vegas type massage parlor spa. It's closed anyway, so I can't even ask if you get a happy ending. But I did hear of one such place in nearby. I don't really remember exactly, but may look into some of that because I could genuinely really enjoy a great massage. I don't really need the happy ending, but a great Asian type massage would be really friggin' awesome. We all got to treat ourselves well. So this is the road to Pablacion. I think I pronounced that right. I'd like to cover some of the areas about the St. Augustine's. I've been noticing many St. Augustine churches, chapels, all over Manila, Cebu. So I've looked into some of that, and I'll give you some of those details. The government structure here is really interesting to me. So the geographical administration hierarchy, as it were, of local government units, which is referred to as LGUs, is throughout 81 provinces and 38 independent cities. Basically, the provinces are all subdivided into component cities, municipalities, all of which consist of barangays. Barangays are everywhere. Barangay here is Dolji, Dolji, and then up the road, maybe 5 kilometers or less, is another barangay, Momo Beach area, which is a different barangay. And if you look at
Murdering that pronunciation as
look
well.
at the
Hardware
map of Manila, which I'm going to insert in here, and you'll see barangays all over the place. I don't know how many there are, but there are a lot. So the barangay is the go-to government in your local area when you need something done, when you need information, and they'll tell you how to do it and where to do it at. The regions, so the first group of things is the region of 17 regions, 8 in Luzon, 3 in Visayas,
What do we got?
6 in Mindanao, and then they're divided into like where Cebu is in central Visayas. Then you have northern Mindanao where Davao is, and Baclo, the Baclo region. Bohol is where I am, and that's central Visayas. And so then it breaks down into the cities like Manila, Metro Manila, has Santa Cruz where I visited.
Good time for you now because you're out of
Mandaluyong,
school.
and all of those sort of
Hard-working
areas
guys.
are all right there.
Say hello,
in
you
municipalities and full of the barangies. So that's pretty
Give me-
much the way the
please,
geographical
thumbs up,
independent cities and
like,
provinces are divided.
subscribe,
So,
like,
as I said, this
subscribe,
province here is very province. So there's no really main industry. There's some fishing. A lot of the locals do their own fishing.
You'll never learn to spell it.
Most of the little businesses are like sorry, family owned. So that pharmacy is a little bit different. All the businesses within this, and there is the main St. Augustine Chapel right here in Palangong. God, maybe before I move out of here, I'll learn to say Palang. My God, sometimes my mouth gets so friggin' twisted. So fabulous! Look at this grilling chicken process. This little eatery, I'll dive into that for sure. And they have a lot of side dishes to go along with that chicken. I would grab one of those up and take that home with me. And so the St. Augustine whole thing is that the friars first were the first missionaries here, 1565 in Cebu, and they began the first Christianization of the Philippines. They evangelized more than 300 towns and churches in what's now called Metro Manila, Cebu, Panay Island, Leyte, many more during the Spanish colonial period. Today, those provinces of Santo Niño in de Cebu, which is Santo Niño is the Holy Child, is comprised of 120 friars serving in 15 communities. I'm going to insert a bit of the heritage of the Cebu Monument that I visited with Lido that's in another video, meeting the girls in Cebu City. And so that monument includes St. John the Baptist Church, the Basilica de Santo Niño, Cebu Cathedral, the battle, a very key battle, the Battle of Mactan between Lapu-Lapu and Fernando Magellan, and that battle, Magellan was killed, and that resulted in the departure of the Spanish crew from the archipelago of the Philippines in 1521. So Mactan victory was a big deal in the steps towards the 1898 independence of Spain from the Spanish-American War. July 4th is rapidly approaching, and the 4th of July here is a big celebration, I think, in the Philippines, because that is their Independence Day as well. 1946, 4th of July, Philippines attained
My new friends at
independence.
how do you say?
Japan.
Mule.
So that was World War II.
Through the cage. They're locked in. They're locked
That's some
in the
of
cage
some of that
because
kind of
they do not
heritage.
behave when
This
they're out.
is the core.
They're always misbehaving.
The core central
So we will be
marketplace,
back.
where I found Jennifer in the fresh fish wet market. I found great vegetables. There are like 3 bakeries right around here. My friend, my friend. Oh my God, what is her name? Audie Rose, my friend Audie Rose, works in one of those bakeries, and I'll tell you a little bit about that. My God, so she goes into work on Saturday night. She goes into work, on Sunday nights, she's got to be there by 10 o'clock. And then they're basically there. So she lives there during her work week. So she works 6 days a week. So she's there at 10 o'clock at night on Sunday. And she begins her workday anywhere from 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning on Monday. And
How are you?
works until the job is done,
Oh, look, this
which
is
can
the
be as
place
late
to
as
shop
8 or
here.
9
Look
o'clock
at
at
your
night,
backpack.
and does that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. She finishes her week shift at somewhere in that same vicinity, 8 to 10 at night,
Little
and
English?
then she
No English?
returns home
Little?
to her mom's,
I'm sure you speak no
and
English.
she is the basic sole
I bet you
breadwinner
write and
of
text
the
in English,
family,
no problem.
and she is paid about 1,500 pesos a week for those
let me
kind of
interview
hours. The
you.
room and board is
Come talk to
free
me.
or included in
Come talk to my
the
channel. No?
benefit package, as it were.
Shy girl.
So she's, yeah, so 1,500 a week works out to be, if you got 4 pay periods in a month,
Yep,
is
so
6,000
far,
pesos, which is not that much over
even
100
seeing
US dollars per month.
Lots of rice.
And most of that is spent on her family, providing for them. Dad finds work in construction and fishing, but that's not a regular income earner. So she's basically in control of making the money for her mom, her younger sister Sienna, that's pronounced Sina, but spelled the same as Sienna. And I believe that her little brother lives with them as well. The other siblings are out of the house and living in a different area of this same barangay, the same Dulce and Palangoan. So these two girls were a lot of fun. I finally find where the wet market is for fish and produce. So I'm going there, and we will be meeting Jennifer and Jennifer, who have spots next to each other.
The people of the
One
Philippines.
time, so I was dating Letitia
Leticia?
and Latasha.
Leticia.
And they were both good friends, and we would hang out and we would do things together. And one night I was a little drunk, and I called Letitia Latasha.
My God.
And she said, "What did you say?" And I'm like, Trisha. I'm like, Trisha. I said, Latasha. I'm Latricia, you idiot. I got in big trouble, and she gave me smack in the head. So we have Jennifer and we have
How many
Jennifer.
followers did you have, sir?
I'm sorry?
How many followers did you have?
Not many. I just got a congratulations from YouTube for 1,000 views. So I'm very new. I need everybody to subscribe everywhere. And then I need everybody to tell all of their friends.
And to share pa din kayo.
That's right.
So we transition from Jennifer and Jennifer, and I will be so back there because Jennifer with the hat was so friggin' cute and loved her eyes. The eyes talk, man. This mask thing, it's like I'm all about the eyes. So anyway, that little Jennifer was rockin' cute with a very, very cute little frame body. My goodness. The other Jennifer that I bought the fish from, she's married. Married, children, of course. I mean, but she was very cool. So Jennifer, and I will be back at that market for one reason and one reason only: to buy fish and produce. So this is all right. So I said I would highlight a little tad of my first 30 days. So I paid 2 months. I paid 2 months rent, a security deposit. I paid airfare. I paid many taxi rides, many grabs. Lido for a day, which was awesome. So my expenses for this past 30 days have averaged out for the 30 days to about $50 a day. That includes that includes everything. That is everything. Everything. When I say everything, which is $1,500 a month. So that's airfares, taxis, transportation. So that's basically it. All this food purchase was was 1,131 pesos, about 23 US dollars. For the veggie produce, I paid $7.50. I bounced around from one stand to another. The pineapple alone was 90 pesos. Cabbage, lettuce, had my first salad out of this with tomatoes and lettuce and onion, and that was cool. And the fish was 375 pesos for the fish. The shrimps were $4.50 per kilo, and I got a half a kilo. And then the fish, which I forget totally what that was called, was the remainder, whatever that is, 150 or whatever that is. So that's my produce. That's my, we're looking at everything. That's the pineapple. Break the, you know how all produce is in the U.S. You basically have to buy it, let it sit around for a week to get ripe and sweeter. Anyway, pineapples, same thing here. They have them off the tree. The main grower is Dole, and Dole has a huge plant and a huge facility north of Manila. So basically on the island, and I believe it's north of Manila, and I will visit there sometime. But that is what I've learned about pineapples, because I used to buy them in the U.S. all the time. Break the top off, flip it upside down. Don't cut the top. You have to break the top, because it allows it to continue to breathe when you do that. When you slice it, it cuts up too much of the pores. But break it off, twist it, break it off with your hand, turn it upside down, stick it where it'll stand up for a week or 3 days or 4 days, and it will get so sweet. It will absolutely cure. You might, depending upon how you buy it, but just watch it. The rice is like totally cheap, 44 pesos per kilo. The fish we covered, potatoes, eggplant, tomatoes, peppers. These are not the super hot kind. These are a little on the sweeter side. So are the reds, they're on the sweeter side. Garlic, onion, the lettuce and tomato. So that's the food purchase, and I love to cook this simple stuff. I've been eating so much better, very low fat, practically vegan. The eggs are like 8 pesos each. I bought 6 eggs. That regular size onion. This is a red onion. Well, you know the size of our red onions in the U.S. They're more like practically baseball size. But these are much smaller. They're really a cross between a shallot and a red onion. So they're in between that size. But that is the size of them. Scallions, found those for the first time. Horseradish root, which is really great with the cabbage. You slice it up, you slice them up, and it makes a great salad. It really is great. You could fry it up in oil. You can blanch it in a little boiling water. Season it with some Chinese red peppers, and you're all good to go. I'm not eating salt. I have not purchased salt, and I'm gonna totally avoid all that. I want to get off my blood pressure medicine and live a lot healthier. So far, it's working out just fine. I have had the barbecue. I've had the pork. I have had many things, many things. The street food, some of it is cooked with a lot of oil. You could taste the oils, but I've been cooking with coconut oil when I use oil, and doing a lot of rice and a lot of vegetables. So it's really been working out well for me. I'm really loving the food. I'm loving cooking differently. I'm loving eating healthier, and we'll see what that all results in. I'm either going to feel and see the difference in my health or not. So, I mean, and I've been meeting some. Oh my God, I've been meeting some fabulous Filipinas. I really have been meeting some great local Filipina girls. Just met one today, chatted with her, hung out with her for like a half an hour, talked about each other's life. Audrey Rose, talked about her. Audrey Rose, met her like a week ago. We hung out for maybe 2, 3, 4 hours, something like that. Walked on the beach, got to talk to her. She told me about the area. She told me some, they speak the Visaya dialect here. So it's different than Tagalog, and I don't have a translator for it. So I'm having some language problems, but they keep saying they understand my English. So they don't speak that well of it, or they're shy and don't want to speak because they're talking to an American, and so they're maybe somewhat intimidated. These red peppers are Chinese peppers that I did put in I did put them in some kind of short video or something with the name of them, because I actually found the name and then I looked them up and I compared, and they're the same thing. And they're friggin' hot. Dude, you eat one of these, it's burning your toes. Hit the like if you like. Stay safe. God bless. Watch some other videos, because I really want to be here. All the funds that I make, if I eventually monetize, are going to help Filipinas.